Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. And in this video, I share with you Life Path 7, what you're here to develop, what you're here to release, your biggest lessons, challenges and opportunities. Before I do, let me remind you that I've already created a general life path video. Check out the link below or above. In that video, I answer a few questions on the life path. The life path is often confused with our career path, and while I say not necessary sometimes, with the life path 7, I would say probably this is the case. The life path is the external growth that we wish to make in this lifetime, and not necessarily the skills we come with. In this video, I'm sharing with you Life Path 7. So let me move on. First of all, I want to say, hello, Sherlock Holmes. This is the number of the investigator. Great for a policeman or a fireman. And so there I am contradicting this career thing. But the 7 really is possibly the one life path number that its career is attached to its life path number. So yes, hello Sherlock Holmes. This is the number of the analytical, the researcher, the analyzer. It's the number of the observer, and this observation can often, or being an observer, can often have you appear as a lone wolf. You stand back, you observe, you look in, you take it all on board, and there's probably no one out there, other number out there, that can take in as much as you. You're highly detailed, very observant, and there isn't something that doesn't cross your eyes, your ears, your mind, or even, I want to say, your senses. But we'll come on to the senses in a moment. This is the number of the intellect, knowledge, number of the teacher. Because what's the point of collecting all this knowledge if you don't teach it? So often we'll find this the number of a teacher. Where will we find a life path 7? We will find a life path 7 because they love the library, the laboratory, a computer, room, station, whatever. Love science, maths, any form of knowledge you love. Anything that you can do with your mind, with your brain, works for you. You collect information. You are the number of, or the life path 7 is the number of internal. It's a very internal and often isolated and lonely path. But that's your own choice, because it does not have to be. And depending on your other numbers will decide how alone you are in this lifetime. The biggest questions of the life path 7, who am I? Why am I here? What's it all about? And I haven't mentioned in the other life path numbers as yet, but one person that springs to mind as a life path 7 is Stephen Hawking. And now I don't believe there is anybody that has gone as deep on a subject, because his subject was the black hole, which who knows how deep a black hole is. But Stephen Hawking is a life path 7, and very much an analytical, intellectual person, and at a level where he often could appear that he cut people off. The life path 7 can be very emotionally closed. As I said, it's very independent, very lone wolf. The life path 7 possibly has few friends. It takes a lot to get in there, because while they're observing everybody else, they're not really letting out anything about themselves. And there's a reason for that, and I'll come back to that. Should a life path 7 be your partner, or you be a partner, generally on a whole you will be faithful, because you don't want to pussyfoot around another relationship. You want to be strong in the one you've got. What's one of your biggest challenges, or what you need to develop, is trust. Trust is the key to everything for you. Now, when I talk about trust, you often may feel that you find it hard to trust others, or you mistrust others. You've got a distrust of others. Things have happened that haven't felt right, and this closes you down, and you're already a more closed internal energy, this closes you down. But what you really need to learn is to trust yourself. That's the key. And the chances are, the reason why you don't trust yourself is back to the analytical mind. You spend so much time up here, and this is all about past experience or knowledge and past experiences of whoever wrote the book or the research, etc., that's done, and it's not here. Because the other aspect of the life path 7 is it's a highly spiritual connection. Intuitive, instinctive. There is no number more connected to source than this number. However, your mind stops this, it gets in the way. And what you've got to learn to do is go on a journey. It's 18 inches. It's probably the toughest, hardest journey that you'll ever do, but 18 inches from here to here. Now, when I work with people, I listen to their language. NLP is a great topic to learn, and 7s, you'll be great at it, is when you study neuro-linguistic programming, what we say to ourselves. The 7 language is often, I think, when it rarely uses the word unless it's connected to the intuitive side, I feel. And you will become a greater intuitive researcher, healer, teacher, whatever it is that you choose to do, by feeling. You need to learn to say, I feel. So yes, collect the knowledge, and that's the knowledge. Don't go out spilling that knowledge out. That's come from that person. Go inside now and say, how do you feel about that knowledge? Does it feel right? Does it feel like it's taking you somewhere? And when you can do this, your ability to trust yourself and others will magnify. When you can do this, when you trust yourself, you will now be connected to source. So you need quiet time, alone time. Good places for you would be out in nature. Where else am I thinking? Out in nature, meditation, stillness, retreat type holidays. Things where you get your own space. Now, if you've got a family constantly wanting your own space, this is where you appear to be aloof. You're not, you just need your own space. But your family also needs you. So you've got to learn to balance it. Either side of a life path number, there are 2 numbers. In your case, the 6 and the 8. Now, find yourself a strong 6. Now, why there'll be a conflict, because they're an opposite to you, is they're all about balance, whereas you're all about the mind and the intellect and your way and you know, etc. The 6 is there about balance, and it's also a healing, nurturing, family, community-based number. Yes, you are right. You are a soul, a spirit having a human experience. And as a soul, you're whole and complete. But you chose to come here on earth to interact with humans for the relationship, because it is a mirror reflection of what you need to work on. So you need to get stimulation from relationships. And if you've got a strong 2, perhaps your research ends up making you a relationship guru or master, because the 7 is all about mastery. Whatever topic it is that you choose, you will master in it. And that's why it's so important for a 7 to understand their birth name, because that's what motivates you, what skills you've come with, and how you show up. You have the ability to be a clairvoyant, a psychic, a Reiki healer, any form of energy healer, when you can come out of here into here and then back it. So you want these. This is the relationship you need to work. This is the journey that you need to take in this lifetime to make it work. The 7 energy is the number of the philosopher. It's very philosophical, and you can see both sides. And that's great that you can see this side and this side, but you often find yourself sitting on the fence. So if somebody wants a decision from you, it's near on impossible, because making decisions, taking risks is really hard for a 7. Hence why the other number, the 8, is very good for you, because the 8 will take risks. And if in the business world or in the world outside you found yourself an 8 that you knew the knowledge for, they would take the risk, they would do the investing, and then you'd reap the benefits in the pay or the joint venture agreement that you have. So an 8 would take risks, and the 8 can see the best in people and things, and therefore they're less critical than the 7. They're still judgmental, or they still judge, but they're a good judge of character, whereas you see things very black and white and make a judgment, but it's very analytical judgment unless you're in your heart and you're in your intuitive state. So I want you to learn to share your knowledge, to empower, and not to fear, because one of the things the 7 is fear. Why you can't take risks, and fear, false evidence appearing real, is there is a fear, but if you can go into your heart and find out, is it, what type of fear is it? Because is it one that you haven't got enough information from? The 7 is going to struggle all the time, or past information and you're stopped there. But if you can go into here and ask yourself, is this true? Is this real? Is this just my head running away? Then you can make better decisions. So I want to recap. Trust is important. You really need to learn to trust yourself, and then you can trust others. Yes, have faith, tune into your spirituality, take time out to meditate, be in nature, ground yourself, have the quiet time, but balance all of these things. Balance the quiet time with the family time, balance the mind with the heart, balance the risk with the research. When you do this, you will master whatever it is that you have chosen to come here and master. And that's the clue. Pick a topic and then just focus on it. You're the type of, the energy of the 7 is, for example, you want to buy a gadget. Let's say it's a kettle for your kitchen. And there are some people that will just say, oh, I need a kettle. See the first kettle, pop it in the trolley, off they go, buy it home, put it on, make a cup of tea. But no, not you. You want to know all the ins and outs. Does the colour fit? Is it the right style? What does it do? How long will it last? Etc, etc. And you spend so long doing the research that by the time you're ready to buy, a new brand or a new kettle has come out and you've got to start all over again. There is such a thing as Parkinson's law, and Parkinson's law says you will fit all time available. So if you've got an endless amount of time, then you will use all of that time. But if you've got a ceiling, so for example, I'll research 3 brands or three websites, 3 shops for the best price, whatever it is, hone it in, make it happen. Remember, you need to learn to make decisions. Decision, cut off, make it work. What else? Life's a bit of a roller coaster for you, ups and downs. It's the downs that help you research to make the ups. If you see these as a gift, then you will learn to see the field that you are meant to be working in, and you will learn to see how you can become a master in whatever it is you do. Your friendships, you need to get a strong 6 and a strong 8. There are other numbers, but if you've got that, you'll learn to balance, you'll learn to be less judgmental, you'll learn to take more risk, and you'll develop that spiritual healing side for yourself. I said earlier that this is probably the path that helps you find a career. Because you're very analytical or very healing, you could end up as a doctor, as a policeman, as a fireman, as a healer, as a researcher, as a scientist, as a mathematician. It's your name that will give you the clue where that is. I hope you found this video very informational, and that while you love the lone wolf and the independence, you will balance it with humanity, because you've got so much to teach us in the intellectual and the intuitive world. So please do work on the relationships. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, like it. If you want to know what your partner's is, press that bell for when their video comes up. Share this with your partner so that they can understand what it is that you need. Because if they knew that you needed this time, or you needed to work on trust, that would be great. And talking about trust is, Trust yourself doing simple things. I can't remember if I said this earlier, but look back on your day and ask yourself, what did you trust yourself with? Did you trust yourself to get out of bed? Did you trust yourself to get dressed? Did you trust yourself to go out? When you can see that you can trust yourself on these small things, you can start working on the bigger things. And decision making, find ways of making decisions. I'll probably make a video on some decision making, but kinesiology or tossing a coin, they're great ways to make decisions. And you might think tossing a coin, heads or tails, no, that doesn't work. But it's not about the heads or the tails. When you toss the coin, it's about, and this is why you want to get from here to here, it's about how you feel with the result on the coin. And that's when you know whether the decision is right or wrong. You are highly intuitive, very intellectual. You are amazing. Thank you for listening to my video, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great life. Remember, it's your life. LYFE. Love yourself first every day. Thank you for watching.